Hi everyone, today Linda and I are in the heart of outback Queensland at one of Australia's most unique and inspiring conservation centres, the Charleville Bilby Experience. Bilbies are these really cute nocturnal marsupials that once roamed much of Australia, but today they're endangered, with only around 5,000 left in the wild. This centre in Charleville is doing amazing work to protect and breed bilbies, giving them a fighting chance at survival. From predator-proof enclosures to public education, the efforts here are vital and they need our help. So stick around as we take you behind the scenes, meet some bilbies and show you how you can get involved and support this incredible cause. So let's meet this cute, cuddly, furry, big-eared marsupial that's found in only about 15 to 20% of outback Australia, and they are so endangered.
So obviously out in that very hot land, once you're 2 meters down, you're not suffering any temperature, it's protecting you from all those elements. So when the bilbies are in there, their ears will drop down, and when they're sleeping, they'll relax as well. They don't need to regulate their body temperature. Also, we've got like Susan, Willow and Sarah, and you can see with the females, very narrow in their face, very good nose for smell. They don't have the best eyesight, they're even considered almost blind. However, they use their nose and their ears, so excellent hearing, excellent sense of smell.
There are a number of feral dangers affecting bilby populations, and those being cats, foxes and rabbits that like to take over bilby burrows and compete for the same food.
About 70 to 80% of Australia's mainland, that's where bilbies used to be found. So now they probably are found in about 15 to 20% of Australia, where you can see it's marked here in the orange. Now, when I spoke beforehand about Frank getting a lift out in the Land Cruiser with Peter when they would head out to Estrella Downs and Diamantina National Park. So here's Charleville, you jump in your Land Cruiser and you travel about 10 hours towards here. And that's where he was doing a lot of data collection to support how we can get that insurance population happening again for saving the bilby. Feral cats. Cats have been implicated in 28 mammal extinctions. Not just our feral cats though, the red fox. And yes, we have rabbits up there. So the rabbits are herbivores, your bilbies are omnivore. So what they're competing with is more like your grassroots and your seeds, so the food resources. But the big one that the rabbits are detrimental for is the housing. So a rabbit comes along and steals a burrow already made for it, and the bilbies don't put up a fight, sees there's a rabbit there, and they just take off. And bilbies are pretty much one bilby to a burrow. So and sometimes they might have between 10 to 30 burrows, depending on whether the bilby is male or female. So, but they won't live with other bilbies, so when they lose their burrow to a rabbit, that's it, they've got to go find another one. So that's what the rabbits have been doing. So maybe around Easter time, which we're nearly there, I know Darrelly and Woolworths are making their chocolate bilbies again this year.
Yummy.
So yeah, if I could suggest maybe getting a chocolate bilby, that would be awesome. Okay, other environmental threats. So with the loss of habitat that's come about from agriculture and grazing, when they were clearing a lot of the land, it just left the bilby like a sitting duck. And also the water resources, so when they've got their dams or their troughs or their bores, what that means is your cats or your foxes or any other sort of predator can sustain its life further out into the hot, arid areas because there's now a water source for them. So I'm sure most people have heard of the Tasmanian tiger. Yeah. That one's gone extinct, and the lesser bilby, as I mentioned before. But in Australia, we also have, as you can see, the 38 plants, 10 invertebrates, bird, frogs, reptile, fish, and 1 protist. What's a protist? It's a single-cell organism that used to be found in Sydney Harbour alone. Shortest pregnancy of a marsupial or a mammal. How long do you think they're pregnant for?
2 months.
Lower. Sorry.
1 month.
Lower.
3 weeks.
Well, lower.
2.5.
Two. Yeah. I know, right? 2 weeks, so lucky ladies. So they're pregnant for 2 weeks, and after 3 months of the joey being in the pouch when it's about to leave, the joeys leave, they never come back to mum. Once they're out, and often they can have another joey or two in their pouch when that other ones have left.
This is the Currawinja Bilby fence, a massive predator-proof enclosure in outback Queensland. It protects endangered bilbies from things like feral cats and foxes and gives them a safe space to breed and thrive. Without fences like this, bilbies would struggle to survive in the wild. You can be a part of saving the bilby by supporting conservation programs, visiting places like the Charleville Bilby Experience, making a donation through the Save the Bilby Fund. Every donation helps fund breeding, habitat protection and public education. Even spreading the word about bilbies makes a difference because together we can help bring them back from the brink.
We've just been through this amazing place to get information about what's happening with the bilbies. There's a great program, Save the Bilbies. Jump online, have a look at that, support it. There's only 5,000 bilbies left in the wild, so this is an amazing program to ensure that our bilbies are still here for our kids, our grandkids, and into the future. You'll get to see bilbies running around and digging and scurrying and have some great information and buy lots of great things from the gift shop which we've done today. And don't forget to support the Save the Bilbies Fund and come to Charleville. What a great spot. You'll really love your trip.